Imagine this. A vendor dashboard reports a 27% drop in churn after a product tweak. The slide deck looks airtight, the model backs it up, and leadership starts reallocating budget. 2 weeks later, you discover the model conflated two metrics, and the drop never happened. That reallocation cost real runway. This is plausibility masquerading as proof. Today, I want to give you a compact ritual, hallucination triage, that fits under 10 minutes and keeps believable errors from becoming commitments.
That example hits the sweet spot of why this matters. Plausible-sounding outputs are seductive. They arrive fast and feel decisive. But speed plus plausibility is a liability if there's no quick way to separate signal from noise. So what does a minimal guard look like? 3 checks, a 1-line provenance stamp, and 2 constrained assistant patterns. Short, repeatable, audit-ready.
Core insight in 1 line. Plausibility is not proof. You need a fast, sequential triage that answers 3 questions. Where did this claim come from? Does it hang with an independent anchor? And what breaks if it's wrong? Those 3 checks, source match, consistency probe, impact gate, let you decide in under 10 minutes whether to act, provisionally use, or block automation until verified.
Walk me through the first check. How do you do a source match in practice without getting bogged down?
Source match is short and surgical. Ask the assistant to extract the exact quoted line, the claimed source, author, and a timestamp or report date. Paste ready prompt. Return the exact sentences you relied on, verbatim, followed by the source name, author if available, and the publication timestamp. Then, human verify. Paste the returned quote into the original source and confirm it matches character for character. If it doesn't match, fail the check.
And attach a 1-line provenance stamp when it passes, right? What should that stamp look like?
Exactly. Keep the provenance stamp rigid and short. Paste-ready template, provenance, exact quote, source name, author, if listed, 2025-01-07, confidence, low, medium, high. Example, provenance, churn fell 27% quarter over quarter, vendor metrics report, Acme Analytics, 2025-01-07, confidence, medium. That 1 line travels with the output and is machine and human readable.
Okay, source match gives you attributable claims, but attribution alone doesn't prove the claim sits well with reality. That's where consistency probe comes in, yes?
Correct. Consistency probe asks, can we corroborate with an independent anchor? That might be an internal dataset, a contract clause, a public market fact, or a governance rule. The constrained prompt, given the claim and the provenance line, return 1 independent anchor that either supports or contradicts this claim. Provide the anchor as an exact quote or data point and the source. If no anchor exists, return not found. If not found appears, downgrade confidence or allow provisional use with mandated follow-up.
Practical tip. If the anchor is absent, let teams use the output provisionally, but require a 48-hour verification and a rollback primitive. That keeps momentum without turning triage into a hard stop for every edge case.
Which leads to check 3, the impact gate. Ask 1 counterfactual. If this is false, what breaks and who pays? Make it quantitative. Example prompt. If this claim is false, list the top 3 immediate impacts, the estimated dollar or operational cost for each, and the rollback action required to revert any change. If the cost of being wrong exceeds an agreed threshold, block automation and require human sign-off and a tested rollback primitive before any change is committed.
I like that because it forces explicit accountability. It answers the executive's real question. What are we risking versus the expected upside? And if a rollback primitive doesn't exist, that's a red light.
2 assistant patterns make these checks low friction. Pattern A auto-runs source match and returns the exact quote lines with a simple confidence band and the provenance stamp ready to paste. Pattern B runs the consistency probe. It searches 1 designated independent anchor set.
internal dataset, contract clauses, or a curated public fact list, and returns either one corroborating anchor or not found, with a suggested safe phrasing like provisional, requires verification by role.
2 constraints to avoid automation hallucination: force exact quotes and always include the source link or identifier. Also require a 1-line human confirmation before any downstream automation consumes the checked output. Those 2 rules cut off the common ways an assistant invents provenance.
Now the enforcement moves. Block downstream automation from acting on outputs that lack a provenance stamp. Log any bypass with a 1-line business justification and review bypasses weekly. Keep the rituals strictly time-boxed, under 10 minutes. If teams bypass because of time pressure, the justification triggers a fast audit. That balances speed with accountability and reduces the first risk, friction leading to bypass.
Here's a 7-day pilot you can run immediately. Day 1, pick 5 recent AI outputs that influenced a decision or were about to. Day 2 to 4, run hallucination triage on each. Source match, consistency probe, impact gate. Attach provenance stamps to accepted items. Day 5, block automation on any unstamped outputs. Day 6, collect lessons and quantify time per triage. Day 7, publish 1 procedural change based on what you learned, and schedule a follow-up to measure rollbacks or prevented errors.
Fast action to close. Run the triage on the next AI output you plan to use. 3 checks, 1-line stamp, and a rollback primitive if the impact gate flags high risk. Log bypasses, keep each triage under 10 minutes, and treat provisional uses as time-boxed experiments. That single habit preserves optionality while you scale AI in decisions.
Small behavioral ask, big expected return. If you try the 7-day pilot, share 1 lesson back to your team or to the channel your execs use. Patterns create power. This one will reduce surprise incidents and keep teams honest about where certainty actually sits.
That's it for today's briefing. If you found this useful, subscribe to the Agentic Executive for short, actionable intelligence you can apply immediately. Run the triage on your next AI output. Keep the provenance stamp consistent. And stay agentic. Make your next move count.